Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome yourselves to the 6v6 Season 47 All Spring 2024 Div 1 Lower Bracket Semi-Finals. We are here to decide who is going to go and play the loser of the Upper Bracket Finals and have their chance to that all-seeing, all-amazing Grand Finals to see who takes all of the beans, all of the money, but there's no money. I am joined here tonight on production by Samus, and on the other mic today will be the one, the only Mr. Turbo Tabs. How are you doing? How are you feeling about this game?
I'm feeling one and I'm feeling only. It's going to be interesting. It's a Lucky's team and Yak's team. That's how I view it in the grand scheme of things. But these are, potentially the next upcoming Prem teams going into the next season. So it should be a good fair of TF2. You'll see some mistakes rearing its head. This is Div 1, need I remind everybody. And it is the low bracket. So this isn't even the cream of the crop that Div 1 have to offer. But, everyone has to kind of start from somewhere. And this is going to be their small journey into Prem, whether or not it starts today or tomorrow.
Yeah, for anyone not really following the Div 1 scene very closely this season, it's been a really super close one. We've had a couple of standout teams, which we will probably see playing later on, or whenever this broadcast is shown. However, these teams have had it very close. As you were saying, a couple of these players looking to go into Prem, we did see that the Alien Workshop crew did try to get into Prem at the start of the season, went through the qualifiers, however, were unsuccessful, so definitely are vying to, go to that Prem sort of caliber in the coming seasons. But yeah, they've had a very much back and forth season. We are going to be having Alien Workshop against Eat, Sleep, Dubstep, Repeat. And in the regular season, actually, we did see them go 3-3 on map. So these teams already looking close before we even have to start this match.
Yeah, the different state of affairs in this playoff section is you have access to all the maps. There's none of that divvying, like just a couple of maps introduced for each week per week that you have to choose from. You just have access to all the maps and you get to pick and choose straight from the get-go. And yeah, they're obviously going through a best of three format. So it won't just go to draws. It won't go to any sort of ties or anything like that. It will just basically come down to just seeing if they can win out on the best of three format. And yeah, but they've already got picks and bans. I can quickly reveal those now. Alien starts off by banning Bagel, which Dubstep then go banning into Sultry, and then Dubstep decide to pick Snake Water, which will be our first map. Then Alien respond with a product pick, and then they ban out Sunshine. Dubstep ban out Process and Granary, and that means we're landing on Gully Wash if it does come down to it.
Yeah, and we even had some secret information from Lucky, a little bit of confidence boosting from himself, saying product is their best map. So obviously going to be feeling super good on that coming into that second map, even if this first map of Snakewater doesn't go so well. However, he also said he's feeling pretty confident about that, and the picks are looking pretty good for the Alien Workshop crew. So, it's got to give them some confidence. However, on the other side of Eat, Sleep, Dubstep, Repeat, they kind of have that little bit more experience. I mean, Yak and Teram alone played multiple Prem seasons together, and then there's some staples of old TF2 with Muffins coming back to that medic role after she's taken quite an extended break and has been doing pretty solid so far here. So we'll see if experience kind of trumps some of the new guns here on the Alien Workshop side.
Fortunately, they do have some experience in the shape of Sneaky and IOSD coming into the team. So they show, I know definitely Sneaky has some Prem experience, and I think IOSD's been around the block as well. So this team has a bit more solidity when it comes to his experience, whilst before it was very much like up-and-comers and just seems to be like the Soldier Wonder pair kind of bursting onto the scene. But, I've got confidence. Anyway, I think we're going live.
We are going live onto this first mid here. It will be the side of Eat, Sleep, Dubstep, Repeat on the red and Alien Workshop on the blue, as both demos get to mid about the same time, just trading out that spam. Neither team wanting to commit particularly hard at the very beginning. No early bombs coming in, just seeing if they can get some early damage. First bomb does come in, is onto the demo. Can't really find too much. Kazuki gets taken down early. Yak traded out, and a nice rocket from Ayusti to find the medic of Muffins here. This is going the way of Alien Workshop, and it looks like without too much else happening, they should be able to take the recommit at least here as they come in through lower.
Yeah, IOSD doing a wonderful job. They're not only taking out the demo, but they're putting a significant amount of damage and taking out Muffins as well. And usually the play, what happens there, if their medic dies and your medic's alive, just get that medic out of the mid fight and then just kind of retake the mid from there once you're all healed up. And then just keep it simple TF2. They didn't even have to give up mid necessity because they were just so scattered over on the side of Eat, Sleep, Repeat.
Yeah, absolutely. They did a really good job just kind of getting in, getting out safely. Now they have a little bit of contest here on the second. They are going to be playing far back on the high ground here on Eat, Sleep, Dubstep, Repeat. However, you'd expect them to give it up pretty easily, as we already see Yak backed up into lobby. They're chilling and they are giving this up for free now. And a good pick onto Ram here should open up a lot of space as the rest of the team are taking in through lower, going to be taking this right shutter doorway straight away. Try to keep a little bit of Uber advantage as Sebastiani is coming up on his Uber any second now. Should be able to trade it out. Can they get to point quick enough? Can do just about here. They might even catch demos here. They do take down 2 during this. So Eat, Sleep, Dubstep, Repeat have successfully managed to hold this.
Yeah, while they did lose a soldier early on that second point, it did delay a little bit of time for Muffins to get that Uber charge back up. And once you just pop off that Uber at last, it's like a guaranteed last defense. So very well played by the Sleepers to kind of build up that Uber quickly and collect that last defense.
I think we might have been talking absolute rubbish, talking about Muffins here when it's Sebastiani on the medic, I guess, murking in for... Easily
oh, my bad.
Repeat. I just kind of looked on the roster. I was like, oh, this is who they're playing with. We didn't even mention that Demos is going to be subbing in or murking as well here for Demoman on this side of Alien Workshop. So each team coming up with 1 merc here. Ubers have about evened out now, so it's going to be on Alien Workshop to try to send in that sack as we are coming up to Ubers on both sides.
Yeah, Sebastiani, my apologies. I assume that these players just all start nicknaming all the time, and you just have to just like overwrite their nickname privileges. But yeah, so far nothing really happening. They're just throwing Kurowski in, seeing if they can get on top of Sebastian, and yeah, will keep themselves alive. And in the meantime, Yorn seeing if he has a license to kill, seeing as 1 player down, that might be a potential for him to jump in and go for a sack himself.
Yeah, they were looking for a little bit of pressure there into lower here. Might even still keep going a little bit on the side of Dubstep, but no, they decide to back it up here. Decide that there's too many players just looking at you at lower, and it just is not going to work on your favor. That was a bit of a Chad hold there, actually, from Sebastiani. I thought he was maybe going to crate it from that second rocket. It looked like it was going to just send him with so much momentum. But no, managed to hold on with 30 HP and a good defense overall. But if they want to try that bomb again, they might not be so lucky here. And look at these, just the stickies being thrown over the top. You want to try to get any tag possible onto that medic. Bombs are coming straight in. It's a nice soldier bomb in. Can he find anything? Cannot, and they lose 2 for that. Ayasti and Kasuki both go down. 2 soldiers, that's so much less spam.
Yeah, with 2 soldiers down, they have definitely able bodies to try and make a slow push in. They haven't really got that same sort of forcing factor, so they get 2 players in from their respective flanks, and that should buy a lot of room for them to actually enter in with the combo. They pop off the Uber charge now. Corey does get dropped during all of that. I do support this Uber pop on mid. It kind of makes it so they've got that respawners advantage from the midpoint capture, and even if they make trades here, it's still favorable for Alien Workshop, and they're making more than trades here, Stephen.
Yeah, they're just winning this straight out. They take down Loopy and Corey. That's no scouts up to Ram is also down at the moment. They need to still cap up their second point, so it might get some time for these spawners to come in here, but they're already positioned on this left-hand side, our Alien Workshop, trying to find some early space, some early spam damage. Soldiers come in, bombing onto that Demo Man, trying to get the final rocket, and Yak manages to live with such a sliver of HP there, and that will be, I assume, the sack for now as Alien Workshop. I do have Kasuki up on the sniper.
Yeah, this is just staying outside. No reason to hold lobby when you've got a player down. It just means we can stay more likely just have 1 player eke in, and usually how a lot of these maps are set up. If you're down 1 player, there is some sort of weakness for players to abuse. So why not just completely take it out of the equation and just hang outside? Kiyuski getting the counter snipe onto Loopy.
Yeah, that's really nice to kind of open things up. I mean, just Sniper can peek those more aggressive sidelines without the worry of getting instantly sniped down as soon as you do it. But however, it's still going to be a difficult feat as our stickies, but they're cleared. He can't quite find the shot on the medic, hiding in the corner. Iusti was also trying to get a little bit of spam, trying to get in, but that sentry gun is just so strong. Nice shot onto Yon, though, showing a little bit of sniper prowess. Here is Kasuki showing who is the better Australian.
Headshot and a pipe.
Yeah, this is so good for them now.
Yeah, he's going to get brave with this. With 2 soldiers, no soldiers to jump that sniper, to deny him of that entrance. And they actually get the snipe on Sneaky. That's going to really put a bit of hiccup during all of this now, because now they can't even just enter a regular Uber fight on player advantage alone.
Yeah, this is definitely going to reset things here. Does give Loopy an opportunity to try to snipe aggressively here. However, early spam found. He goes for the hero shot, finds Lucky. Oh. That's absolutely massive here. They do trade him, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to push instantly with no scouts up. But you might expect them to actually push out of Snakewater last here. This could be a risky, though. We do see this go wrong quite a lot of the time when teams do decide to do this.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it personally. I know it's very tempting, but usually having a medic plucked out of the air like that is, well, they're going to try and make it work. They've got the Uber charge, but they're counter pop drop from Kayuski. So this is a lot more devastating for the last defending team now. You kind of need an Uber charge to defend that last. Well, you don't always need an Uber charge to defend second over on the attacking team.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they are just going to wait for the Uber to come up here. They didn't want to go on those 2 picks because that sentry gun is just so oppressive without, you know, that Uber to come in and just kind of destroy it. They are just going to get on full cookie cutter here, already on that 90% Uber, but 2 players are super far back. So if they build really well with Sebastiani here, they might have an attempt to actually get this Uber in the very post here.
Yeah, they are building somewhat well over on the sleepers, so they will pop off now. I think they might have the Uber in time if they manage to delay this initial wave of players coming in from the Uber charge. Already though, Teom's got a lot on his plate. They rotate round over on the side of the Eaters, and yeah, they've got the heavy weapons guy in place, already focusing down these players, initially getting on to Sebastian, and there you go, Sebastian has popped off his Uber. That is a guaranteed defense, and yeah, they're probably going to make a good post push out now.
Yeah, they kept true to their name, made a repeat of what they did last time, just getting that Uber, managing to clear things up really, really well here. Now, it looks like they want to push out as they're already getting some contest onto second. This is definitely the correct idea. Ubers should be about even from both sides here, so should have a little bit of downtime where both teams are just chilling. But how have you thought about these last pushes so far, Turbo?
I think they just need to kind of highlight the objective of how they're going to take these pushes on Alien a bit. Because whilst, yes, you do have the Uber advantage and they just decide to go for a regular plain push in, they need to realize the goals of what they can and can't do. And this is based on the timing of the Ubers. So because the Ubers' timings have been very close, I think they're going to have to play a lot more point if they're actually going to make these Uber charges withstand or even have a chance of working. Because I think right now, just playing a regular full advantage, they just don't have the time compared to Sebastian getting his Uber back up.
Yeah, there were so many stickies on point last time. I think it's kind of what made them fear that no one was really able to clear them. They obviously got that early pick on Tyran, but then couldn't find any space over the point or really pressure anyone to come in and feed their life for that cap time. So I think that was kind of their issue on the early workshop. See if they can fix that going forward. However, they've still got a second point to cap, and they are trying to get in so much pressure in from under here. However, Corey's doing a great job of staying on the high ground. I would say that as he drops down, but instantly just deletes Iusti from existence.
Yeah, it's a scary sort of spot because they're obviously giving a lot of room for that spot to be jumped from the window, and trusting that Sebastian's going to just do a good job of surfing those rockets away, and also using that cliffside to avoid that fatal easy rocket, you know, that one that just shoots at the ground and just peppers him off. It's a nice little tool in the medic's arsenal.
Yeah, absolutely. I like this positioning, actually. You don't see many medics kind of playing on that low lip that we see him playing on, but I think it is kind of a good idea to reduce that splash damage. We'll see if they want to change things up, looking to go more towards Saw now, so maybe want to rotate their pressure around at least a little bit. Soldier Bomber does come in
here. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That window can be fatal, because if you just get that initial direct hit and jump onto somebody, it's really hard for a scout to actually deny those soldiers in those places at least quick enough. And yeah, it's just too clean from Kuzuki to get that pick onto Sebastian.
Okay, you'll get his name eventually, I believe in you.
It's hard.
But it does look like they should be able to get this second point for pretty much free. There's the bare minimum of contests coming in here. And now this time they have a lot more advantages to play with. There's no engineer. The Uber is nowhere near coming up. They could take things a lot slower. Obviously, there are stickies on the point. But if they kind of play to lock them in spawn, this could be really, really strong here. We'll see where they want to go. It is the right-hand side. They don't instantly try to get on the medic. They take a lot of space on this left-hand side. And Sneaky does want to play it a little bit here. Sticky's not dead. Finally, but it doesn't matter. No one can rotate through spawn. Sneaky wins it just by standing on point. Who'd have thought it?
See, look at the difference it makes once they start playing those points at these crucial points of the push. It does make a world of difference. It kind of exploits the disadvantage of those sort of delays for Uber defenses.
Yeah, I think it's really powerful on Snake Watcher, especially because you can kind of delete 2 or 3 stickies, which doesn't take too long, and then manage to cap it there because the point is just so large. However, I'll stop yapping because we are onto our second mid here.
Yak already taken out of the equation, and Sebastian is out of the fight. No real medical interference during all of that mid for the sleepers, and yeah, it looks like a repeat of our previous mid.
They're repeating once again here. It's not what we like to see from them. However, keeping their medic alive is the one caveat of this, though. So it's going to make it so they have to kind of sack in. They're not going to get second for absolute free here from the Alien Workshop side. But they've been quite successful in their sacks so far. I mean, I think even on their worst attempts, they've got Sebastiani down scarily low here. So they definitely have ideas of what to do. They saw what happened last time. We'll see if they really change anything up. And it might be Tiram on the sniper that is the thing to change.
Yeah, I like it. It's getting proactive, just having some sort of plan to this stage of the game. It's either going to go to even or they're going to try and push in with some sort of advantage. Iosity, though, is also taking advantage, rocking the spy class and already in position here.
This is so good as well.
Oh.
Hopefully he doesn't get spotted. Yak did see him, but doesn't turn around, doesn't call it out. Oh, please fund the drop. He does.
Stab of his life.
He got to take his time there. How did Yak not realize he was acting? It was on the scout disguise and all. Oh no, that's tragic.
That's not a Devilman's concern. A Devilman's brain is full of so much in moments like that, especially during a hold. Everyone's probably shouting everything, and the only thing that could have maybe happened is Tiram could have heard the spy, because the spy and the sniper kind of share that same sort of region of the map. But yeah, this is now just kind of a different game, seeing if Lucky can get in without dying, and Lucky suggests by just not entering the second point for the sniper to get that shot.
Yeah, if you bait hard enough, the sniper's never going to be able to kill you, right? You don't give him the sight line. But now, kind of the same as we saw last push. The guns only just started getting up. There is nowhere near Uber here. We'll see what they want to do. They have to contest the gun a little earlier this time. Does finally go down. Sneaky doesn't look like he wants to play point this time. They're going to take a lot more space over on this left-hand side. But they're contesting pretty hard from this spawn door. This heavy's actually made it all the way out. It doesn't matter because, once again, there's just no one on that left side who can really contest the capture.
Yeah, they had this weird mixture of switching sides and then switching sides again over on the Eaters as they realized that, oh man, they've managed to make that Uber charge all the way to the other side as well, where they usually rotate. But half the team did, half the team didn't, and it made both sides just end up being weaker on the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we are onto this third mid. They need to make something happen here on the side of a DUBSTEP. See if they can get a more aggressive mid going, maybe. It looks like actually they're going to be playing it super passive. Soldier comes in, can't find too much. Actually, lovely 2-rocket onto Yak. I didn't think he was going to get that second one, but Suki proves me wrong once again. They're getting a lot of good kills here, but kind of trading back and forth, and Sneaky dying could be absolutely detrimental here. Demos is most definitely dying. Can Lucky manage to get out? He's hightailing it out of there into lobby and should be able to meet his spawners, but finally, the DUBSTEPers, they've managed to gain a mid.
Yeah, the double scout chariot is just a lot more scary on these post end areas of a mid fight compared to a demo man, where sometimes the counter to a demo man is just ignoring him and just not getting hit by said demo man. So leaving demos for last there made it pretty easy for them to kind of snowball that mid.
Yeah, absolutely. Aliens haven't quite got a full setup here. They do have a heavy, but that gun not quite set up in that traditional lower position that just feels so oppressive here. So we'll see if they want to try to get an early bust while they kind of don't have that first full setup. It's still going to be difficult with the positioning of Lucky playing so far back, and now everything is going back up. It's getting built. It's being called. Soldier's Bomb does come in. Can he find anything? Absolutely not. And is that a free man? Yeah, that's a free man. So losing those 3 players might just be enough to bust into this second, as Kasuki's already going on a little flank.
Yeah, they are leaving a lot of people back last still. Just seeing if they could fish for Sebastian's life.
Or Sasaka
they can't quite get the kill onto him, sadly. But this is fine. They can still just set up a really solid last defense. In a way, getting a round reset is like a quicker path than just pushing out for second.
Yeah, it's sometimes a safer thing. Taram goes down straight away in their bust attempt here. However, they do manage to get a couple.
Big.
Yeah, that's huge from Iusti. Just comes in through the lobby. Gets, I think, the 3rd drop from Sebastiani this game. He's having a rough start to this game here.
Oh, Yak even gets picked off as well in the tail end, so he's going to be on a different respawn queue. The last one that wasn't accounted for was Loopy. He gets killed off now, so no backcap shenanigans. And this is more than a favourable time to push out. When you've got 100% Uber charge and you can get the second point for free, this is much better than the round reset.
Soldier manages to just kind of get in. Yorn was just sitting in Saw. Yeah, and just forces off Lucky's Uber. So that's at least a silver lining here. They might even want to try to come in and refight it. They are kind of positioning to try to get in. However, losing to Ram early is not good. Yak in an awkward position here. Caught out from his kitchen, potentially. Can they find this kill on him? They absolutely can. Loopy going down as well. And they are just crumbling.
Yeah, it looked like they wanted to set up a position to make the repush onto mid. I'm not against that, but the way that the soldiers were set up, they were just able to get a shot at, basically, before the timing was to go. And Yak was already trying to set up for that, and when he's kind of had the house of cards pulled away from underneath him, making his what was going to be a really good position into a really bad position just because of that soldier death.
Yeah, during all of this, Kasuki decided to go into last. Found 2 rockets on the medic, and Sneaky managed to steal it away with like 6 damage, so there will be no medic. Bomb from Taram Neither comes in and evens things out. However, it will be Lucky coming up with that 100% Uber, and look at this, Sebastiani has only just come up, and their Taram and Loopy down. If they want to get something going now, this could be really advantageous. They want to get this gun down early, and they do. They manage to come in, want to try to play point. Yak is out on this left-hand side. Someone needs to kind of deal with him, otherwise he's going to be super good at denying point. They do get that early pick, but can they find too much else here? It does look like the aliens are doing a good job. Reinforcements coming through. Can they find any clutch picks? Doesn't look like they can for now. It's an ulti duo game coming on now. It looks like the aliens gonna come out on top of it to take it to a 3-0 lead, and they've still got 11 minutes left here. This is looking very good for the aliens.
Yeah, they've solved the problem of the cap time compared to their previous attempts over on Alien, and now you can kind of see the dominoes falling a lot more fluidly. I liked the fact that Lucky spread a bit of that Uber love onto Sneaky, kind of baited those soldiers' work to do absolutely nothing, and then Sneaky got the kill onto Yak. Yak is pivotal for a last defense like that, and was the kind of decider there.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that demo man kill is just so massive. Double bombs come in here, a much more aggressive mid for the side of the dubsteppers. Don't really get too much other than demos during this. However, it's such a messy fight going on. They're losing so many players back and forth. However, Sneaky absolutely coming in, but there's a bomb in. Do they know about it? They absolutely do. This should be absolutely denied here to Ram. Trying to go for something cheeky, but can't quite find his mark there. Really good from Lucky there. I think he played that mid super well against those double bombs, gave them the schmoves, and then played to kind of kite into that lower area against the eventual Plants vs Zombies feed that was to come.
Yeah, that play was a mere single digits away from being a genius play or a misplay. With Lucky keeping alive, it does make the round kind of snowball into this grandeur thing, but there was a lot of damage shared throughout all of that mid fight. If the Rockets were maybe just a bit more on the side of them, and they get an easy sniper pick onto a soldier early on during this Uber, they decided to back out wisely, because not only do they have this soldier down, but the Uber charge is going to come out really soon for the Eaters, and they even get a demo man pick for their troubles as well. Sneaky goes down in the lobby area. Loopy continues, gets the lucky kill as well, and Kazuki can't quite find the kills he wants. He gets
Oh, Lucy! What is going on? Sebastiani on his 5th drop there. Ayusti coming in with the mega sync, absolutely cleaning up from his team. What was looking like was going to be an absolute steamroll into mid and probably onto second, sending them all the way to last on the Aliens, has saved their bacon, given them a small Uber advantage. How does this keep happening for them? They should go gamble, I think, because everything is going in their favor.
So they took out Tiram, trying to play some kind of crazy games in the kitchen, but actually gets snuffed out by the Sneaky. So Kazuki managed to maybe get in from behind on this flank area. They have to. His movement requires the rest of the Eaters to back out here.
Yeah, really nice position there from the flanker of Kazuki, just to kind of come in, pressured Cheese, made them have to back out here. They know Uber is coming up relatively soon here. Lucky is going to have to pop this, and then the rest of his team get straight onto this med here, however, because Sebastiani already up to 85%. Ayusti goes down for a second push in a row to that snipe. Kazuki also going down, so no soldiers. This could be a window to get a sack in if they want to here on the side of the Dubsteppers.
8 minutes left on the clock. They have to get very proactive with what seems to be very little for the sleepers. So they push in now. Demos does go down, and they pop off Uber in kind for both teams. And the scouts looking to play maybe some backcap plays, whilst anybody and everyone are just looking for kills over on Eat Sleep Dubstep.
Don't forget the repeat. And they're coming out of this very well on the side of the Alien. Just kind of managed to get in with their spawners, get some picks. Yak was playing a little over aggressive here. However, it's just Sebastiani now left on this point. He is the last defense.
Oh no,
look,
he can't get up on top of the rock. He manages to get out just the last seconds.
I'm surprised.
I was going to say maybe the medic needs to hit the jump maps, those crouch jump maps onto rocks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are some medic-specific jump maps even just for that, so maybe send it to him after the game, but does manage to live that. I was surprised they didn't try to take that point. Oh, Sebastian goes down again. What is going on? I thought they're just going to chill for 1 second, but they never seem to here, as they're just taking down so many players, and Lucky, he's sitting so far back. He's so relaxed here. His scouts double on beam. There is absolutely zero danger for him.
Sebastian must be getting jealous of Lucky, because he's looking at the scoreboard and he's like, I want some points too, and he's starting to cap the point as a medic. And I mean, yeah, sure, you get that +2, buddy, but you also go down a lot easier. You're very exposed on that point area on seconds, and that led to the easy bomb onto yourself.
Yeah, this side of Eat Sleep Dubstep Repeat seems to kind of be getting into a strange mentality where they're quite happy just to keep sacking in random players and like losing 1-for-1 and just playing super aggressive here and just trying to play like pure DM. And I was going to say it's not working for them, but Yak and Tiram hit some lovely shots coming in here, and now it is on just one player. Here's Loopy up, tried to defend, but they're just playing it chill. They're not playing it too aggressive. He even goes in, finds the 1v1 and wins it. However, Demos the comes in, cleans it up at least a little bit, and now we see Sneaky finally on the main class of the Spy.
Yeah, it is turned into a DM server. I think it has come down to more the time of this game left than anything else. Usually in these moments you start to just make do with very little. So even with players down over on Eat, Sleep, Dubstep, Repeat, they are just going to just see if they can make it work here. And, to bless their hearts that it is working in places, just not completely.
Yeah, they have gone for a crit streak as well for Sebastiani, so obviously want to try to speed up this game, get things going a little bit faster here. Should have been called out though, because they do have a spy of Sneaky. I don't know really.
Oh my god!
Way he wins a 1v1.
Yeah, I mean he's entered back in. He's He is invis. He's causing a lot of paranoia amongst the squad of the sleepers, but whether or not he can actually... Oh, the crits comes out. Yak gets a kill onto Kazuki, but the downfall of the running of crits is you're just so telegraphed and so easy to just kind of dogpile on top of, and that just is what happens to Sebastian there.
Yeah, just if you don't get enough protection or kind of play those angles right, you're kind of doomed to die. As soon as that crit comes out, it might as well just be an absolute warning sign. Just go, woo, come kill me, please kill me.
This is pretty good.
Yeah, what's happening here? They haven't... I thought they haven't capped their mid. They managed to back up. It's all going so strangely. I've lost track of the game.
Yeah, Loopy just managed to get in behind, and in trying to... no, just managed to turn the tide of things with a back cap. This is the sort of plays and shenanigans I think Yak's teams thrive upon. So this is in the right direction that they need to make this game go if they want to get these rounds back on the board. But there's just a little bit of resistance from the rest of Alien Workshop to stop the snowball of these rounds. They are, you know, obviously just feeding in their lies, but it's just bringing so much delay and time to Alien Workshop. They can't finish out this game.
Yeah, this is kind of... I mean, I think you're pretty happy with this if you're Alien Workshop, right? These plays might not be going exactly your way, as, you know, there are absolute chaos merchants on the side of the repeaters. However, you are just counting down this clock, and I think we have maybe got to that point of inevitability at this point. They did have a little bit of time. It only takes about a minute and a half, so they were running onto that time where they could have made it happen. However, it doesn't look like they will anymore. However, we do have games to play here still, as there is an Uber out, and it is going to be popped onto demos and Sneaky Hours. Sneaky ties to a trap. So it's not gone well at all here. They're backing out straight away on the aliens.
Yeah, they're playing very safe over on Alien Workshop, and rightfully so. They've got their 3 rounds on the board. There's no need to kind of throw at this point, and with 3 minutes left, I think you're right. I think it is the mathematical calculator is out, and it is kind of writing on the wall for this team on this map, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, the only silver lining is this is not going to be a 3-0, and they might even want to try to get some more momentum as this game has kind of slowed down and kind of gone into the Eaters' favour a little more. Maybe they tried to go for a round. They do have Uber advantage coming up here. It's going to be a pop in from this left-hand side. Big bombs coming in from a soldier in the demo. Get that sentry gun down early, and now they've gained a lot of space here. There's only really space on this left-hand side. There's so many pipes, so many rockets coming out. Can they do enough to defend this point here? Oh, dropping Ayusti there. It may be the nail in the coffin. Is Yak sitting on point. They're trying to find the kills. They are finding the Yak kill. There's still a scout coming in. There's still a medic. We are playing ulti-duo, but with scouts this time. The head is out. Can they find enough to find Corey? Oh, the medic goes down. Good job by Corey, but the spawners are going to be up. And that's all she wrote for this push. Luckily, getting that medic going to pad his stats just a little bit.
Yeah, it was well played by Lucky and company. Yeah, they just pop off the Uber straight away. Just try and keep yourselves alive at that point. It isn't even about getting all the kills straight away in a game like that. If you can just delay for long enough, you're going to get those reinforcements, and usually they're going to come back as something very impactful, all your pyros and your soldiers and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, those soldier arms coming in are just what saves this point. There's just no way you can really get through it here. And now Uber's going to be about even for this time. They're just sending some early stacks. Maybe we're looking to try to get a dry fight. It doesn't really work out this time. Have got a sniper and a nice pick onto Kasuki. Lovely. 2 pipes by Yak, actually. And now Ayusti going down, actually. This could really open things up. A lot of spam onto the sentry gun as well. When this goes down, it gets so much more freedom space. Sneaky's down as well. The engineer trying to build things up. Surely they make this happen.
Oh man, the sniper coming in dividends there, and usually you don't like seeing people push out with this sniper class, but it's done so much work. And yeah, they've got a hopeful round on the board, but there's all hope is lost in this map. There's nothing that they can do to wind back the clock.
No, I think it's kind of now all in, you know, the mental of things, you know, getting that one round, coming into this next map, you know it's not all over. You know, you may lose one, but you've only got to win, you know, 2 more. It's obviously a little more stressful because it does bring it to match point for the side of Alien Workshop, but the Dubsteppers, they need to stay in that mentality of it's not over till it's over. And look, they're even fighting very valiantly on this mid-fight. They just walk straight forward. However, Sebastiani goes down again. Ayusti has had his number absolutely all game, and I think this is going to be the number one thing they need to fix coming into next one, is just the survivability of their medic.
Well, that was a pretty nutty air shot, you know, out of nowhere. I feel like they're right to have these sorts of plays come out in what seems as just dead time in the game of TF2. But I have got a bit of sad news for this team, is that there was their map pick over on the Eat, Sleep, Dubstep, Repeat here, Stephen. With their map pick down, your confidence goes down tremendously. Because now we're supposedly going through the best map for Alien Workshop going next.
Oh, yeah, but this is when you kind of get into the mind games of things. They may think it's their best map, but the repeaters, they might think, oh, we're feeling really good about this. Product feels like one of those maps where you can make just absolute chaos work, right? You can get really aggressive and make things work. And while they might feel really good about it, they do need to remember they are missing Tavi, their demo man, who is an absolute crucial piece of the puzzle. And we'll see if demos can kind of come in and get into those shoes and do the same things. But yeah, I mean, they looked really solid overall. The combo of sneaky and lucky just looks super impactful, and if they can kind of bring that into the next map, they could be I was going to say one and done, but two and done on this series.
I think you're right about that call. I think these power rankings done by Lucky and the rest of the squad probably has it with Tavi in their head, and the demo man, whether or not he goes or blows on a map, is very decisive for the result of that. Yeah, and plus it's TF2. The amount of times I've seen people say yeah, we're pretty good at this map, and then they lose their map pick, but then end up winning the enemy's map pick who thinks they're pretty good at that map as well. It's just coming down to basic core mechanics. And right now it seems like the decision making of Alien Workshop seems so much better than Eat, Sleep, Repeat. So I don't know. But maybe the change of game mode will be very good for the Eaters.
Yeah, I mean, going into Koth is so different. I think Yak struggled this game. I think he's a super aggressive player, along with players like Loopy as well. And sometimes you feel like you aren't getting supported. But on Product, I feel like you can be a lot more of a one-man army. If you get that 260 buff, you walk over, you just hit absolutely crazy damage. It's so easy for cleanup just to come in. And if that playstyle works for them, I think, they could come on to the win. And I've been watching enough Counter-Strike, and I think actually teams win on the enemy's map pick more than anything. So surely that logic also comes into TF2.
I don't know. I don't think it's so much on Yak. I think it's more the fact that Sebastian's made out of biscuits at the moment. He just gets gobbled up on the mids, on the holds, on maybe last if they didn't have an invincible bunker protecting him. Yeah, I mean, look at the medic differences. It's 10 deaths compared to the other one. It's triple amount of deaths compared to Lucky.
Yeah, I mean, 15 deaths in a Div 1 game is kind of nuts. He had a very unlucky game. He had as many drops as Lucky did deaths. That is a tragic stat to see, actually, isn't it?
It just comes down to how the mid fights were played. They were very much prioritizing the medic deaths and then just backing Lucky out. So maybe it was to change a gear, try and keep your medic alive in that sense, or maybe they were trying to change it by just focusing on Lucky more on these mids. But then you have these really sort of polarizing mids where you go for the class that is spending its entire mids dodging, and and then that not having it work out. Those hurt the most in TF2, because with those sort of recent busts, well, I say recent, those busts to the medic where he gets back that health regen the longer he's out of the fight, quicker compared to the other class. It's not all your work is for naught during those sorts of mid fights.
Like how you called that recent, and didn't that change come in 2014?
Stop it. It feels like yesterday to me.
Yeah, recent for you, maybe recent for you. That's when I first started playing comp. That's quite the while ago.
Is it really that long ago? I feel like it's not.
It was. I feel like it's 2014.
Look, I don't want to challenge you on this, because the amount of times I tell people no, that's recent. They pull up the stats on me, and they're like, no, this happened here. I don't know. I'm just old man living in the past. I still think Matrix is like a new movie that came out in 1999.
Yeah, it's quite a while ago. We do have to maybe, if we are, I don't know if we're still on the logs page, but Corey had a great game there. I didn't realize quite how much impact he had, but he went 29-9. I mean, quite a few of those were on sniper towards the end, right? But he was kind of playing solid So, I mean, if he can kind of bring that performance coming into product, he could be an absolute force to be reckoned with. And maybe that's even the chance to see a sniper coming out. Obviously, the Prem Grand Finals we kind of saw recently, there was a sniper that kind of won things out. And I think maybe these teams might have looked at how they kind of played. And maybe we are seeing the resurgence of the sniper coming out. I want to see the flippy V2 era.
I mean, I don't know about that. I can definitely play the devil's advocate on this. I don't think I want to see the sniper anytime soon. But this is a very typical trump card you see pulled out on a map like Product. There is literally an area on the map that only the sniper really likes to hang out, compared to every other class in the game. So why not use that sort of avenue? And I've seen teams literally pull out that card when everybody's bad at sniper. They're like, hey, you never know.
And sometimes it does just work as well. Sometimes all you need is those 150 body shots onto that demo man. He's taken down so low, and it's just so easy to kind of focus him down. That's kind of all you need. I know Kazuki has been known to snipe in the past, and that's kind of who I would expect to come out on this Alien Workshop side. Actually, we saw him even on that Snakewater map be the one who was sniping, so maybe that is setting us up to go through. Obviously, we even see Loopy in this pre-game kind of warming it up a little bit. I don't know who would really go onto the scout. Maybe Yorn or maybe Teram is feeling the sniper. He did say early in the season he wanted to snipe, so...
There is a lot of rock, paper, scissors involved with taking off whatever certain classes and putting them onto these sort of different rotations of classes. It also gets amplified and kind of resisted by this fact of like, how good is your soldier switching to scout? Is he like competent enough? Is he actually really good at these sorts of little switches? And you find just these fine tweaks and turns actually go some wild different directions. You'll have times like, say, teams mirror match those snipers to kind of counter each other, but whether or not you have an extra scout or an extra soldier is what unlocks you to deal with certain problems. As you probably can assume, like if you are struggling with a sniper on your team, whilst your sniper's not really getting much involved at all, having a scout compared to a soldier is actually a bit detrimental, because now your only ticket to getting out that sniper is hoping your other sniper just kind of pulls up his ruffles and actually manages to hit the goddamn guy.
Yeah, that can be a big thing. I think, especially in America, I think it's been more of a thing. Seeing two soldiers come out if one team is sniping has kind of become a little more meta, because you are right. It's just so hard to deny that sniper. He just kind of has that China space for free a lot of the time if he is winning the SVS, sorry. And then just having that one soldier trying to hope he makes a play, hope he's not seen coming in, just makes things so difficult. So I don't know, maybe Cookie Cutter is the way to go if you're not feeling super confident here.
It's one of the harder ones, I would say, as a team for you to kind of analyze and realize in the grand scheme of like what your team is good at and what your team is bad at. Everybody knows the kind of matchups on paper for like, okay, two soldiers are good at this, two scouts are good at that, but they don't really know all these details. Like, is my soldier, good at switching off to scout? Is my sniper as good as the other snipers in the league? Should we rotate this off and whatnot? Is this good to, where's the power ranking in all this regard? And what do we do if that plan A doesn't work out? Do we switch off to these plan Bs? Usually everybody follows the paper so much in these Div 1 and Prem games that they forget to just realize the grand scheme of what their team is good at and what their team is bad at, and then navigating it that way.
Well, coming into this game, looking at the classes, it does look like we're going to have a sniper on both teams. It's going to be Loopy versus Kazuki, so it is going to have to be a little bit of a switch off here. Yorn is going to be coming onto the scout here and then managing to keep both scouts inside the aliens.
I was about to say, as Kazuki literally starts us off with a sniper. If Kazuki is a better sniper than Loopy is, then this game is over. Because two scouts and a sniper kind of dominance is pretty hard to shut down unless you kind of prioritize taking that sniper out of the game somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what they want to do to try to get back into this now. Do they want to kind of play off Loopy for a snipe? Do they want to go for Uber trades, which is what we've seen a little more commonly? Nice pick onto Yorn. That's -1 scout down, going to make things a lot more difficult here, but they still need to worry about the potential of that Loopy sniper. He could ring out a headshot any minute now if he wanted to. He's looking at the scout. Nice pick onto Sneaky there. We'll start things out as they take an Uber exchange here. Manages to save their players so far on the side of the aliens. But big bomb into the back takes out Kasuki. Yorn also took out Ayusti during all this, so this is looking really, really nice as they want to continue chasing in deep. Can they find any more picks onto Lucky or Demos? Doesn't look like they can. However, they were taken down very low there. And now the dubsteppers do have that presence on the point. That sniper is going to be able to play a little more aggressively.
Yeah, I am a big fan of just popping in the Uber when it comes to sniper gameplays like that. Yeah, there is running the potential that the sniper could get a random back row kill, but usually you can kind of coordinate that to not happen. But just getting the Ubers in an exchange now, you know that the sniper can't have impact in moments like that. And usually between the Uber charge and the respawn advantage, you're going to be sitting pretty. Yak does go down. Kazuki getting another kill onto the sniper as well. This is what I'm worried about here. And God, he's even getting as a third kill. Untold sort of prowess from Kazuki on this sniper class.
He's kind of crazy with it, actually. I knew Kazuki was good, but you think, the scout player should be the better player, but it's looking like Kazuki's so far, I think, 2-0 on these snipe v snipe battles here, as the aliens are allowed to pick back up the point cap. Ubers are exchanged straight out. Demos is dropped though, went a little bit too far. Lucky was desperately trying to get himself back into things here. However, luckily Kasuki managed to find another body shot here. They need to make sure they don't overextend too much, because now Lucky is pretty alone as Yak is putting on some pressure here, while Piggy even went down during this, and what looked like a really solid push out of the aliens is kind of looking pretty tragic now, as Kasuki even gets jumped on and taken down at the very tail end of this fight.
See, seeing a bit of the rock, paper, scissors there. The fact that they use that Uber off early means that they're going to defade earlier, but that isn't always a negative thing. If you just bring the fight back to your half of the map, the sniper's out of the equation there. They overextend. They're lacking that one combat class that's really there to contribute to things. The sniper can't do anything. He hasn't got the mobility to kind of catch up to that areas of the fight. He's basically dead. And then they just come back in and just clean him up from that point henceforth.
Yeah, they have switched Kasuki back onto the soldier here, so look like they want to go cookie cut. Oh, it was just to break out the force. Well, don't worry. I got all excited that we were going to just see some normal gameplay for a little bit and kind of see how that worked out for them, but no, they're going to keep the sniper up. We are on 90% on the Uber, so should be getting a push out imminently.
Yeah, they are just letting them in. I guess the play really now is to see if they can cheekily capture the point. They pop off the Uber early. This might work for them again, because Kazuki is still rocking that sniper class, and hopefully they take things to their half of the map and they can kill off any sort of overextenders. And they have got their own sniper, and look, that sniper's involved. He's in the fight. Look at that advantage. They can take advantage during all of this. And Kazuki, what did he really contribute there?
Yeah, he didn't really do too much there. Had a little bit of pressure early on in the Uber, but then a couple of overextenders. Ayusti got caught out on the flank there. 2 players chased back, and then Yak had some stickies to finish him off as well. And then they tried to chase to kind of peel for him, but it was too little, too late here. And now less than a minute left on the clock here. It's looking good for the dubsteppers, as they are in a forward hold as well, which just makes it so much harder to break out. And this was meant to be Aliens' better map here, but they're already on the back foot.
So they bust out now. The con of breaking a hold like this is that Sneaky is rocking the pyro for a little bit, and he has to go for that fatal decision. Do I switch back? Do I not? He is switching back now, so this will delay things ever so slightly. They're going to get Uber just a bit earlier on the side of the Eaters, so maybe if they're quick, they could pop off this Uber, get the kill onto Lucky before he gets his. He's already covered up as well.
Yeah, they come in here straight onto Demos. They are sending a lot of pressure. It is Lucky going down. This is super good. 10 seconds remaining. Are there any final players that can come in? Kasuki is in behind, but instantly just denied by the scouts. The sniper, there's nothing they can do. Corey on a beautiful AK. And now look at that. They're looking super, super strong. Kasuki was getting some nice snipes, but I think maybe a little too much overextension coming out from the aliens was their big detriment towards some of those fights.
Yeah, they just lost their head a bit with the Uber charge, whether or not they were not building quick enough, or they just, I Again, overextended the position of Lucky, realizing what the state the Uber char should have been in. But it's a new round, it's a new me, Steven.
Yeah, let's see what they can do this time. How do they want to adapt? Are they just going to kind of play Kazuki to try to bring things over? Well, they can't anymore because he's dead to Loopy here. And now surely this is the time they just start walking over the point, trying to get things going on the repeater. Sneaky goes down. That's a crucial part of things. Lucky! Fade away snipe by Loopy takes him down, and that's absolutely massive.
Yeah, game of TF2 is a game of confidence. When you start things falling apart around you, it puts a lot of pressure on your sniper players, because now they feel like they're the only reason to kind of keep you or get you back into the game. And you know what it's like to play like TF2 when you're kind of stressed. It's hard, Steven.
It is very, very hard. You know, in these high pressure situations, you start making mistakes. You start not quite thinking as logically as you might want to. You may need to make that mental reset. And yeah, this is definitely what I was saying about the momentum, right? As soon as the momentum starts, sometimes it doesn't stop. And that's not going to help things as Loopy finds another pick onto Kazuki. Bomb's coming in though.
Oh, this is very... They kind of go for a suicide way, basically. With Sebastian, we're 100% Uber, and Lucky hasn't quite got it. He comes out for a second, gives everyone the initial buff, but doesn't really make it in. Sadly, Kazuki goes down very early there, just doing some fancy jumps that you usually pull off during a forward hold, but there was no forward hold. I don't know why he really wanted to overextend himself like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes your just jumps don't work out quite the same way, and now they've got another forward hold try to break. Looks like, oh no,
they popped around the corner. They were so confident that they were around there. They do get the kill onto Loopy, who is kind of blindsided. Why did they Uber there? But okay, Demos even manages to get out with minimal HP, so this could have gone a lot worse, could have gone a lot better.
Yeah, and a Sneaky going down to that trap while Piggy taking an early pipe is going to make things difficult. Yak is traded out of there for Kazuki, so it's not going too badly here for the aliens. Actually, if they don't overextend too much for these kills, they should be A-okay here. But look at this, they are so aggressive in through this main area. You have a point. Have a little bit of chill, my guys. Oh, nice pick onto Corey, though, at the very end. That's an extra 12 seconds so they can really recommit.
Iosti did a mountainous amount of work there for his team to get in and kind of situated, and brought so much sort of aggro fire. Sadly, they do lose a Scout who, I don't know what they were hoping to get a pick off there. Once you get the point, you kind of aim for, as a team, to just not die. So extending for anything past the medic kill is not really kosher in my book.
Yeah, they had a really nice pick getting aggressive in there, and then Sneaky just couldn't really follow up on the damage, I think, was the main issue. Kazuki going down early here. Uber's not out for Lucky, so has had to back out. Can't take that trade. There will be a nice recap here for the repeaters, as they have a minute advantage plus on the clock here. It's looking a little bit rough on the aliens if they don't really kind of mix things up soon.
They've used Uber charges. This is might go the similar vein as what worked against them so much. And we've even got a pause as well. Gives us a lot of time to digest this push. But yeah, they're just basically mirror matching what they was happening to them before. Lucky's popping off his Uber first. They're going to try and take this fight in their half of the map and then play it from there. I'm interested to see how Yak's team approaches this now with the shoe on the other foot.
Well, I think they have one huge advantage here, is that Sebastiani has only just had to use his Uber, and they are fading. I think it's 16% compared to 84% here, and that's absolutely massive. That means Lucky, in a second and a half or so, is going to lose that Uber, and they're still going to be able to chase super, super hard before Sebastiani needs to kind of look to run back to save his life here. So this could be the end of Lucky. If he manages to survive, he is going to stay true to his name.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of tools in the arsenal that the teams can play here. Sneaky can actually physically get in the way of Corey. You've got Demos who's going to be putting the carpet bomb and stickies around. He's going to be going towards that health pack area as well. So Lucky does have a good chance of getting like an extra life in his back pocket as well. And obviously you have Iosti who's going to be around kind of causing dismaying destruction. And also look at the backup support for Corey. Tyram can't really do much. They basically have no health. Yorn is disconnected out of the fight for the initial part of the Uber, and bringing that scout in as well would be more Uber spent. And obviously, we know from before that snipers in this position are just useless. They're not going to contribute much of anything. I think it might be better if they just back off early here, but they go across, they get the pick onto Aosti, they don't even get the pick onto Lucky. And the only playoff that's working off here is Yorn managed to get in from the other side and get some good flank kills.
Yeah, they also got a little snipe during that as well. However, they are going to be able to try to come back into this, but this double scout is going to be really scary to kind of come into. However, the clock is ticking down. They need to maybe start making these risky plays on the aliens. It's not working out. A sneaky goes down early. Bomb came in to try to find Sebastiani, but no, nothing is working, and they've just lost 2 for absolute marginal gains.
Yeah, the problem with these sort of clock time downs as well is like a sniper has 0 presence, doesn't really able to kind of take the fight, guaranteed fights, and play the point as well. It's kind of muddied a bit, obviously, because of the timer being reset, but with 10 seconds left, I think a soldier would have been a lot more impactful than a sniper in those moments, just to kind of get the point kind of defended.
Yeah, it definitely could have. They've managed to cap up the point, but is this going to be too little too late? They still have over 2 minutes on the clock to try to defend here, and it's going to be such a difficult feat as Uber comes out from Sebastiani. No. It's going to be a trade, however, so see how this goes. Wild Piggy going down early is not what you'd like to see in this double scout chariot. Sebastiani managing to play so safe here as everyone else is aggressive so much. All they really need to try to do is cap this point here, and it will be 2 rounds to eat, sleep, dubstep, repeat. I think this is where our pause was right.
Yeah, ironically enough, I think Kazuki actually dropped down so he could have a bit more impact as sniper on this area because he thought the fight was being taken on their half of the map. But so when they come back to their side to play into the sniper, Kazuki's on the floor with them. He's a bit kind of useless now because now he's not in a position to kind of snipe anybody.
Yeah, this is the difficulty. Sometimes you want to kind of try out these things, but maybe it's too late. It's an official. You need to kind of know what works and know what doesn't and how to kind of adapt during it. Maybe they just haven't found a sniper who can really contest Kasuki the way Loopy has managed to. But it's a good start to this round, though, as Kasuki finds one, and so does Sneaky, and that should send them packing all of the way back into spawn.
Why?
Oh my God, they keep going.
Okay, yeah, they've just gone straight in. I suppose they don't want to give any breathing room to that sniper, but it was a little risky. I was a bit worried that they might have lost Sneaky and then just kind of snowballed it from there, but they managed to solidify. They do break any sort of hope of a forward hold over on the Eaters as they just get out of the door as soon as, not waiting around. They have Sebastian's Uber, but Lucky should have his Uber anytime now, and they just need to now play a delay game. They actually pop off the Uber and going with what worked with them so well last time. Kazuki being pressured by this Uber.
Yeah, Soldier of Teram is in behind, can't find too much. Super Denied actually dies in the air. Nice shots by Sneaky and Wild Piggy here. Nice shot onto Sneaky though, however, should start things up. Sebastiani goes down, there's no heals for the Sleepers, however, they are finding the picks, but they're finding the picks on both sides here. Demos comes up clutch with a lovely couple of pipes during that and will help them secure things just for now.
You know what the MVP was of that entire thing? It was the pause here, Stephen. They've changed how they're taking these Ubers now. They're not going and overextending these fights. Kazuki's like, I can help, just stay around, fight near me. And yeah, they do lose a couple of players, but everyone on their half can help during all this. And they haven't exactly capped off the point. This is time in their back pocket to kind of play off here. They're playing more conservative, and I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was a really smart move by them to have that tactical pause. However, they lose Lucky during this. Yak finds a lovely pipe. Sebastiani is killed in the back line by Usti on his little flank adventures here. Somehow it's still alive, just chilling in their main. Finally picked out by Yak here, but he might even lose his life here to Wild Piggy, who's on a chase of his own.
Yeah, it's really strange, TF2. Everyone is kind of like got those soap DM respawns at random parts of the map. Oh, a nice kill onto Teram in the last second there. Both Ubers have gone to even. They have managed to cap the point whilst all of this chaos was happening, so at least there's a bit of time in the back pocket for the Eat Sleep repeaters.
Poor Usti is having a rough time here. Feels like every time they try to come in for something, they're just kind of getting cleaned up. I assume they wanted to just try to come to Sebastiani.
Goes down as well.
Oh, it's tragic. I was going to say maybe they want to try to get an advantage by just going into Sebastiani, but that will not happen if you manage to take down Lucky during all of this. Nice snipes by Luki here. And it just does feel that when he kind of starts on this map and gets these angles, he's just been so dominant.
Oh, Sneaky loses his life just entering the area there. That's usually unheard of. I guess that's maybe a combination of a sniper shot. They do get the pick with the sniper onto the medic now. This is going to turn things around immensely, but Wild Piggy needs to come back. He needs to be returned back to his medic.
Yeah, and now they managed to find their way back to the medic, right? Now this is looking good for the aliens here. They will cap up the point. Gonna have, 50, 60 seconds worth of advantage here, which could play an absolute vital role in kind of getting this this mid here. It's going to be uber advantage as well for the aliens to add on to their benefits. So maybe we see a sack wave, maybe just see a load of pressure coming over. Oh, 150 onto Yak. He's lucky to live with his life here, but they want to take an aggressive Uber. They're going in deep. They managed to find Yak. Can they find too much else? The sniper looks like he might be caught out, but that's about it. Kasuki dies, and so does Wild Piggy. So they somehow managed to trade 1-for-1 here. They've managed to go back to their old way of just overextending too much.
Yeah, I think they wanted to get a lot of work done with those Ubers. I would have been just happy, honestly, just getting a couple of kills and getting more time on the board, more pressure. So now what could have been like an extra 50 seconds only turns into like an extra 30 seconds.
However, during all this, Sebastiani did go down. A nice flank by Ayusti came in as the scouts were maybe overextending a little bit, trying to chase those greedy kills. He was in from behind and managed to find a nice 2-rocket Sebastiani. And now things have opened up. An early sniper kill will allow these scouts to get aggressive on point. And then after this, is only 20 seconds remain. Tiram goes for the block. His scouts come in afterwards. Can they find any kills? This is really what is coming in crucial and clutch. However, it looks like it's all going towards the aliens as they are just cleaning things up here. They've got the bucket and the mop out for this one.
I don't know why Tiram jumped in there. That was just completely nonsensical and just kind of let his team kind of doom to a little bit. Losing a player like that so early on makes it so hard for the rest of the team to kind of go in and follow up. You really want to take advantage of the fact that your soldier can kind of maybe just play a bit more conservative, not go in so deep. I know he wants to make space for his team, but he also is a crucial part of the team to kind of keep this snowball alive.
Yeah, but now we do see that round going towards the aliens. That brings it up to 2-1. They did it in a reasonably decisive fashion. They looked very good during that entire round here. We do see Cookie Cutter on the side of the dubsteppers here. So we see soldiers bombing around here, there, and everywhere. Everyone is getting so aggressive, and it's pushing the aliens just further and further back as they're trying to wait for Kasuki to get something. Will be Tiram. The first pick here was just maybe a little too overextended into their side, trying to find any picks necessary. And now this sniper is just going to be so uncontested for so long. Sebastiani goes down to Ayusti once more here. It's only this one soldier trying to find anything. Can he find this rocket onto Lucky? No, he cannot. Lucky living with 30 HP. No, he is not. As the pick comes in from Corey to finally finish things up. And that's a really clutch play here if you are the side of the dubsteppers.
Yeah, they're going to get these additional picks as well. This is pretty good as it allows time for Lucky to come back from the respawn, and they strike just a bit more hurt into the rest of the Eat Sleep repeaters. They might lose Ayusti, but no, actually Kazuki has got his back, and they're not working the sniper anymore. They don't believe in it over on the Eat Sleep repeaters, when I think that might be their downfall.
Yeah, it kind of was working out a lot of the time when it was going really well, but maybe they're feeling like they were just trying to get way too aggressive on the side of the aliens. As this double bomb does come in, can they find anything? They could not at all here. Yak even goes down in the back line somewhere as well. Oh my god, the scout is also in aggressive. That was scarily aggressive from Demos. I thought he was going to get caught out during his jump and trying to come in and clean things up, but they have got a forward hold of some sort here on the aliens, but only with one soldier is risky.
Yeah, why did they go for that? Usually you see a suicide wave when you want to just get the Ubers out of the equation. I guess it is a bit more simple TF2 to do it that way and go for that sort of risk, but it didn't quite work out. I don't see what the objective or what they were trying to counter with it there, but c'est la vie. We're back in. We've got Uber charge in exchange now, but the sniper of Kazuki is going to be breathing down next. They pop off this Uber. Again, I like it. They're going back to what worked with before. They do pop off aggressively over on Lucky and company. They don't quite overextend this time. Look at them. They're not going past the mid mark. They do lose Demos, which is going to hurt a bit, but it could be a lot worse. Now they have to just kind of play off these skirmish fights over on the Eat Sleep repeaters and just kind of win the 1v1s from here.
You keep praising them, but yet they'll lose a demo man and keep overextending. They don't have anyone to lock down that doorway. I don't really understand why they need to feel the need to keep coming in there. They could much more easily kind of chill back a little bit, slow them down when they're capping this point, and have much more of an opportunity to come back up and get things started. And now all that's happened is they've just got pushed back, out of their own accordance, and then lost Sneaky straight away. And it just slows things down fight by fight, and they can't kind of have this keep happening to them because it just slows things down, gives them extra cap time, and now there's a snipe to worry about.
Yeah, I think that was just they aren't wiping. Before they were overextending way too much and they were completely wiping. An absolute no-no. Whilst now, yeah, they do lose demos and all this stuff, but that's just some tragic gameplay that was, from playing that close line. They pop off IOST for the bomb. They use the Uber charge here. They lose so much during all this force, and IOST's even doing more work on the flank. Much better soldier play, in my opinion, over on the side of Alien compared to the Eat Sleep repeaters.
Yeah, I mean, the play was so good that they swapped Hiram temporarily onto the sniper, but he's already been banned from it. I think one bad live of sniper, and he's back to things. That was a huge set of sticky pipes there from demos. There's even a bomb coming in from IUC. Oh, the respawn bind clutches up there. A Sneaky, please don't die here, fella. Oh my god, finds a close fight in through main here, but this should be the forward hold broken quite easily due to just not being enough health and not enough damage in these doorways.
Yeah, that's why you don't see too many teams kind of forcing the Demoman door too much. It's very risky. They pop off the sneaky Uber charge to see if they can get on top of Sebastian. Medic locked, medic targeted, and medic down.
Yeah, really, really good play. Kind of works out in their favour this time. Struggled with that aggressive Uber last time, but they play it nearly perfectly this time. Lose demos during it, but I think that damage was way too crucial to not go for that play there. And I've actually really liked how he's been playing the second half of the game. He's been acrobatic, I would call it, getting in and out, doing a lot of sticky jumps around, and adding a lot of extra pressure with that to support his team. And now we're near to overtime here. Scouts on the point, trying desperately to get things happening. However, Yak going down is not going to make that easy, as they are just peppering things down, while Piggy is just a sentry gun turret up on Pride Rock there, and they are just slowly getting these picks one by one. They know there's no need to rush on the side of the aliens here. How are they still managing to live here? I don't know how Sebastian has managed to keep Corey alive for so long, but finally he will go down. We are in overtime, and that brings it up to 2-2 here. And now it is game match point time. If the aliens win this one, and they win the whole series, however, we'll see if they can change the fate of things, as we do see Loopy back on the sniper. Was looking good before.
Yeah, this is just a credence to how good a tactical pause can be, how much it's changed up the gameplay of Alien Workshop. This is the mark of what makes a Prem player. There's not many perfect strats in the game of TF2. Sometimes you really have to just check your rocks and your papers and your scissors and see which one you need to kind of switch to. And taking advantage of that, they're doing really well on Alien. And if they do win this round, they've earned it from that pause.
Yeah, absolutely. They just threw an absolute rocket at the start of that round there, with Ayusti coming in for another massive sync bomb on Sebastiani, managing it to keep their own medic alive on the side of the aliens. Will put them in a great start to this round.
Yeah, I also want to mention as well, they can pause over on the side of Eat, Sleep, Dubstep, Repeat, but they're choosing not to. You think after a turnaround that's happened for the enemy team, you would do one as well.
Yeah, absolutely, but sometimes you're just so in the moment that you don't really think about these things. You want to kind of play it off momentum, but the momentum not going their way. There's so many picks coming out here. Luckily, Sebastiani does not die during this, but he's on crits anyway, though. So
Why?
I don't know how much it would have really mattered.
Yeah, crits is kind of good when you down a lot of time, you want to switch it to another gear, but this advantage now made by all this sort of Uber baiting and whatnot from Lucky feels so weak now. Like, I want to see how much they can even get done with this crits here, because it's so difficult to justify it. Oh my god, Yak actually goes down to the skill stick.
And Sneaky's just so far in the back line trying to find that sniper. They're just absolutely everywhere here, and it's just not working out at all for them. They have this crits coming up here, but there's no one to use it on, so just sent back to spawn is Sebastiani. They've got to wait things out. Lucky already on 90% Uber here. They're going to have to be very unlucky to kind of be caught with this crit here. It looks like it might go onto Yak. I was going to say that, but he's just not beaming anyone. Maybe it's onto a scout, maybe it's onto Yak. Who's it going to be on? It's a game of roulette as the Uber just comes out first, so we don't even get to know here as they even pop out the crits because they get a little bit scared, and maybe actually I think it might have just been the response. I think my HUD just bugged out.
Yeah, it's a hard counter, just having an overcharge go into these things. And yes, sure, you do crits and you do manage to get your medic out, but keep in mind you lose time alongst all these failures of the crits. This is why it's a very, very difficult weapon to kind of justify and get effective use out of. They've actually switched off to the medigun now because they've realized how much that crits is kind of slated into their gameplay.
Yeah, Soldier's come in kind of massive at the start of things here, already getting 3 kills on this Soldier duo, and finally Tiram is taken out of there, but I think they kind of did exactly what they needed to do on that, to break that forward hold there, just bust straight through here. And now Ubers are getting scarily close to even here, haven't been able to build so well with Lucky, and they want to keep pressing the issue. They keep going forward, they find demos there. Lucky gets out with a sliver of HP, only 18 health points remaining. Huge rockets from Ayusti and Kasuki there. Oh my goodness, they are the Soldiers going crazy from both sides.
Oh my goodness, that was pretty hype. And yeah, I mean, it's just, again, like anytime there's an exchange of 1-for-1, it's not 1-for-1 when you don't have the point. It's actually like an extra 50% bonus value just because of the respawners. So in what looks like it's going a bit hairy for the Alien Workshop, is actually going all to plan, and they have little weak forward holds like the Eat Sleep repeaters.
Yeah, and now look at this, 20 seconds remaining, they pull the Uber out, they're getting 3 kills, Kasuki's going crazy, Tiram's got to find an absolute miracle as he jumps in aggressively here. He has no idea what's going on, he's so lost, dies on the point while just spinning around like a dreidel there. Really unfortunate here. They had such a good start to the game, but in overtime, all they have to do is defend this for a little bit longer, and surely that's exactly what they can do on the Aliens to finish this game up.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. You can see, I believe some of the independent decisions made by some of these players is maybe the right call, but they're just not coordinated. I see what seems to be like the correct plays, but they're just unsynced, and that seems to be a bit of downfall in the chaos moments of these fights on this product. And yeah, it's a sad state of affairs to be winning this hard over on Eat, Sleep, Dubstep, Repeat, and then just having the rock pulled out against their scissors.
Yeah, I think they just kind of, as you were saying, it was the tactical pause diff. I think they kind of realized what was going wrong, their overextensions, and kind of started punishing way better there. And I feel like the sniper just got absolutely nothing done. I think there was way too much chaos going on during the end of that game when things kind of weren't going well. And yeah, I mean, they just ended up playing better TF2, and that will bring them into that lower bracket finals where they will face the loser of tonight's final game. So whoever kind of loses that upper bracket semi-finals will be dropped down to kind of fight these players. And maybe now they've seen how scary that Kasuki sniper is, they probably will not be allowing that in the pick ban, I reckon.
I still think there's good things and bad things for both teams to look at and take away from this product map, and it does kind of shine a lot of interesting scenarios. We didn't really have every scenario busted out. I don't think we had it where everyone, like, they were switching out soldiers so much on, say, Eat, Sleep, Repeat. For the sniper classes, it was mostly just loopy and then taking things from there. But yeah, Alien Workshop is going to feel very, very satisfied with a match like this. It's all well and good just feeling like the out-diving the other team in the map, but actually adaptation and actually like changing things around, realizing the problem, that's just got to be really satisfying to and fulfilling to as a team to kind of figure out. So credit to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes those small switches and those small changes make the biggest of difference. We definitely saw that. I think a big thing during that was Ayusti managed to come into the second half of that game a lot as well. I think we didn't give him enough credit, but top damaging in the server. as well there. He just went kind of absolutely massive. I think in those first 2 rounds, he said in chat he was going like 3-10 or something like that, and managed to come out 18-24 with massive damage, getting some actually crucial picks and really allowing his scouts to kind of follow up on that damage. And I think that was maybe what kind of was winning them things. Obviously, Kasuki played well all during that game, but yeah, I think, you know, when you've got a soldier being that much of a playmaker, you've got to shout him out a little bit.
Yeah, and also I'm not too sure how these games or matches would have played out with maybe different Demomen. I felt like both Demomen were just having a very sad time, and I just didn't really feel that Demoman presence or flair as you lot see in these sort of matches. Maybe just because you've got a lightning bolt out of the sky with these two snipers involved in the game makes Demoman really, really awkward and tough to kind of keep yourself alive. But sometimes I just seeing these Demomen force things that they just had no authority to force.
Yeah, potentially. I was saying it earlier, but I think Demo's had a good second half to that game. Obviously, not their main demo man, so it's always going to be a little bit strange for the aliens even to kind of come in and adapt. But I think they did a reasonable job overall. But the big question is, can they win against that, you know, potentially stronger opponent coming in the next game?
Yeah, well, time will tell.
Will tell indeed. Wow, I think that is all from me for now.
And that's all for me now.